Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. So we're going to start with 6 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in here using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with chapter probability. And the lessons we're going to cover today are probability of opposite, mutually exclusive and overlapping events, compound events, find the number of outcomes by counting, identify dependent and independent events, probability of dependent and independent events. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is probability of opposite, mutually exclusive and overlapping events. Okay, let's start with the first lesson. Okay, you pick a card at random. What is the probability P? Not simplify your answer and write it as a fraction or whole number. So the total cards are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 cards are the total cards are 7. Got it? Out of the 7, just one is purple. So the probability of purple is 1 over 7. You have to calculate the probability of not purple, so you have to subtract the 1 minus the probability of purple. Got it? So 1 minus 1 over 7 is 6 over 7. That means the probability of not purple is 6 over 7. Got it? Okay, you flip a coin. What is the probability of not tails? So first of all, you have to calculate the probability of getting tail. Got it? So probability of getting tail is 1 over tail. 1 over 2. So the probability of not tail is 1 minus 1 over 2. That is again 1 over 2. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, that's I just did on the board. You on the tutorial, what you flip a coin. What is the probability of not tails? Got it? So you have to calculate the probability of tail. Probability of tails is 1 over 2. Got it? The total outcomes of are 2 tail, and out of the 1, the probability of getting tail is 1. Got it? So you have to calculate the probability of not tails. So for not tails, the total probability is 1. You have to subtract 1 minus 1 over 2. Got it? The probability of number 2, you have to convert it into percentage form. Multiply it to 100, it would be 50%. Got it? So probability of not tails is 50%. Got it? So the correct option is 50%. Okay, you spin a spinner once. You spin the spinner once. What is the probability of not pink? So first of all, you have to calculate the probability of pink. Got it? The probability of pink is how many total portions in the spinner? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are total, and out of the 10, just one is pink. So the probability of pink is 1 over 10. Got it? You have to calculate the probability of not pink. So probability of not pink is 1 minus 1 over 10. Got it? 10 is the LCM, 9 minus 1 is 10 minus 1. Sorry, 10 minus 1 is 9 over 10. That means probability of not pink is 9 over 10. Got it? multiply it with 100. So it would be 10 times 10 is 100 and 10 times 9 is 90%. That means the probability of not being is 90%. Got it? So the correct option is 90%. Okay, you spin the spinner for once. Probability of not 6. The probability of 6 is 1 over 6. Probability of 6 is 1 over 6. Got it? Of the portion is 6, so it would be 1 over 6. You have to calculate the probability of not 6. So probability of not 6 is 1 minus 1 over 6. Got it? That is 6 minus 1 over 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. It is 5 over 6. Got it? So the probability of not 6 is 5 over 6. So the probability of not 6 is over 6. Okay, the next one is you roll a dice, you roll a 6 die. What is the probability of not even? Write your answer as a percentage. So not even. Probability of even is, the total dice are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So what are the even numbers? 2, 1, 3, and 5. 3 of the numbers are even. Got it? So the probability of even is 3 over 6. Got it? You have to calculate the probability of not even. Got it? 1 minus 3 over 6. Got it? So just it is 6, 3 over 6. 6 minus 3 is 3 over 6. Multiply it with the 100. 1 times 3 times 1 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 50 is 100. That means the probability of getting not even is 50% because you have 6 numbers on the dice and 3 of the numbers are even and 3 of the numbers are odd. So that is the 50%. Got it? Okay. So the correct option is 50%. Okay, the next one is you pick a card at random. What is the of not green? The probability, there are total 8 cards. The probability of green is 2 over 8. Got it? Because 2 of them are green. So probability of green is 2 over 8. Got it? So the probability of not green is 1 minus 2 over 8. So it is 8 minus 2 over 8 minus 2 is 6 over 8. So multiply 6 by 8 to 100. Got it? So 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 100. 4 times 25 is 100 and 25 times 3 is 75%. That means 75% of the cards are not green. Got it? So it is 75%. You pick a card at random. What is the probability of not greater than 5? So how many numbers are not greater than, how many numbers are greater than 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. So probability of not getting not greater than 5 is 1 over 2. Got it? Because half of the cards are less than 5 and half of the cards are greater than 5. So it would be 1 over 2. Got it? 4 cards are less than 5 and 4 cards are, so it is 1 over 2. Got it? Okay. You pick a card at random. What is the probability of not greater than 5. All the numbers are greater than 5. Got it? Probability of greater than 5 is, wait, probability of greater than 5 is, how many cards are greater than 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4 over 5 probability of greater than 5. Got it? Now you have to calculate probability of not greater than 5. You have to do 1 minus 4 over 5. Got it? Would be 5 minus 4 over 5. It is 1 over 5. Just multiply it to 305 times 20. That means 20% of the cards are not greater than 5. Got it? So the correct option is 20%. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself today. Let me just move on to the next one. The next one is compound events. Find the number of outcomes by counting. So let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, let's start with the first one. You pick a now you are more than compound event means you are more than one events. Got it? Now you have two events. Just look at the question carefully. One of them is the marbles. You pick a marble, and the other one is and spin the spinner. They are two different events. The marbles and the spinner. Got it? How many outcomes are possible? You have to calculate the possible outcomes. Got it? How can you calculate the possible outcomes? You have to calculate a tree. Got it? Um, you can basically the concept is you pick a marble at random and then spin the spinner. Got it? The first event has 5 outcomes. Got it? So first time is, let's suppose you selected the white marble. Got it? You have how many options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 options. You can select any number. Got it? It may be 3, it may be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for one color, for W, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. You have 6 options for one. Got it? Same is the case for purple. If you select the purple marbles, you have 6 options. You can any of the number on the spinner. Got it? So for each marble, you have the 6 outcomes for each marble. So in total, you have 5 times 6 makes 30. That means the total outcomes are 30. Let me just start with the test question. Okay. You spin the spinner. I will let you an easy way without tree. You can. How many the total outcomes for? Wait, let me. You have two of the outcomes, the spinner and the cards. Got it? So just calculate the outcomes for both the events. So the total outcomes for this one is just 2. Got it? Either it is stopped on Y or either it is Z. And for this one, you have 4 cards. The total outcomes are 4. Just multiply both the numbers. You can multiply both the outcomes. That means that is the outcomes for the total for both the events. 4 times 2 is 8. That means you spin the spinner and pick a card. The total outcomes are 8. Got it? So the correct option is 8. Got it? And I will let you know the tree method. That is very easy method, but a bit long. I will explain for the next one. Okay, you spin the spinner, pick a card. Okay, on the spinner you have 2 letters N and O, and the numbers on the cards are 1, 2, 3 till 8. Okay. So when the uh, when you spin the spinner, it ends on N. You have the 8 options: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you can select any number 1 to 8. Got it? You have 8 outcomes. You can select any outcome. Got it? So for the O, you have the same 8 outcomes. So 8 plus 8 makes 16. The total outcomes are 8. 16. Got it? 2 outcomes for the first event and 8 outcomes for the second event. So the total outcomes are 16. Got it? So the correct option is 16. Okay. You pick a card and spin the spinner. How many outcomes are possible? So for this event, you have 3 outcomes. Got it? For the first one, you have 3 outcomes, and for the second event, 1, 2, 3, 4 outcomes. So the total outcomes are times 4 makes 3 times 4 and 3 times 12. Got it? That means the total outcomes are 12. Got it? Okay. The next one is pick a card and spin the spinner. How many outcomes are possible? So how many total outcomes? You have 5 cards. So the outcomes for the card is 5, and you have 3 portions of the spinner. So you have to do 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. That means the total outcomes are 15. Got it? You roll a dice and pick a marble. How many outcomes are possible? So on a die, you have 6 faces. Die has a 6 faces. Got it? So the outcome for the dice is 6, and the marble 6 times 2 makes 12. Got it? That means the total outcomes are 12. So the correct option is 12. Okay, the next one is you pick a card and spin the spinner. How many outcomes are possible? So the outcomes for cards is 4, and the outcomes for the spinner is 4. So the total outcomes are 4 times 4 makes 4 times 4 makes 16. That means the total outcome. Got it? You roll a die and flip a coin. How many outcomes are possible? So the dice has 6 faces. Got it? And the coin has 2 outcomes. So 6 times 2 makes, yes, it is 12. Got it? That means the total outcomes are 12. Got it? So the total outcomes are 12. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. You, you spin the spinner. You spin the spinner and pick a marble. How many outcomes are possible? So how many outcomes are possible? So the 2 outcomes for the spinner and 1, 2, 3 and 6 outcomes for the marble. So 6 times 2 makes 6 times 2 makes 12. So the total outcomes are 12. Got it? Okay, you flip in and pick a card. How many outcomes are possible? So the outcomes for the coin are 2 and the cards are 3. So 2 times 3 is Yes, it is 6. Got it? That means the total outcomes are 6. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move next lesson. And the next lesson is identify independent and dependent events. Okay, let's start with the next lesson. The next lesson is identify independent and dependent events. Okay, let's just start with the first question. Let me read the question, just listen to me carefully. Okay, a steakhouse cooks its steaks rare, medium, or well. Mika tells the waiter how she wants her steak done, and then her companion tells the waiter his preference too. Are these two events dependent or independent? So you have two events. Mika tells one of them for Mika that he tells about her steak, and the second one is her companion that he tells about the steak. So they are independent events. Got it? Their preferences, the Mika's preference, do not affect or limit her friend's preferences. So they are the independent events. Got it? Michael is shopping for a wedding gift for his friends who have registered at store. Some of the items on a registry have already purchased by other wedding guests. Are these two events dependent or independent? They are dependent events. Got it? Because some of the items on the registry have already been purchased. So you do not purchase the items that are already purchased. So that affects the Michael who is shopping for his friend. So that means the independents are the events are dependent. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions so that we can do the practice question. Okay, just a card at random. Without putting the first card back, he picks the second card at random. Are these two even dependent or independent? So you have two events. He pick a card at random and he don't pick the first card back. So when he selects second time, he have now one card less. Got it? That means the event are dependent. First time, uh, yes, first time he select any card, but second time he has one less card. Got it? Because he already selected one and he didn't put back. So that means the events are dependent. Got it? Okay, Jennifer picks a card random, puts it back, and then picks another card at random. Are these two events dependent or independent? When she puts the card back, again, has three to select. Got it? That means the events are independent. Got it? Because she puts the card back, so the events are independent. She has again three cards, so this is independent. Okay, Tara pulls a coin out of her pocket and plays the table. Then she reaches back into her pocket and takes out a second coin. Are these two events dependent or independent? The events are dependent. Got it? Because the first time you have one coin and the second time she has another coin, so they are the dependent. You have two events. Second time she has two coins, so the events are dependent. Aaron spins spinner twice. Are these events dependent or independent? They are independent. Got it? They are not affecting each other, so they are independent. For the first time, spinner can. So that means both the events are independent. Dean and Chris see a movie together. Dean picks a chair first, then Christopher does. Are these two events dependent or independent? Dean picked the chair first. Now, Christopher did not select the chair Dean selected. Got it? Dean has one less options than the Christopher Dean. Got it? Christopher has one less option than the Dean. That means the events are dependent. Got it? Because Christopher cannot select the one that's Dean selected. So they are dependent events. Without looking, Harry chooses a colored marble from a mixed bag of marbles, writes down the color and returns it back. Then he draw another marble without looking. Are these two events dependent or independent? So which is the correct option? The events are independent. Got it? Because he put back, he have you any again. Got it? Again, he has all the marbles. He can select any of them. So they are the independent. Students in a composition class may on which to write an essay. Repeats are allowed, and they do not need to inform the teacher of their choices prior to the due date of the essay. So, repeats are allowed. They can select any. They don't need to inform the teacher. Got it? That means their events are independent. Got it? They did not depend each other because they can select any even if they can repeat. So that means the events are independent. Leah and Amanda are picking teams for a game of basketball. Leah chooses first, and then it is Amanda's turn to pick. Are these two events dependent on each other? They are dependent. Got it? Because Leah just now, Amanda's have one less options. Got it? So the correct option is they are dependent events. Got it? Mickey spins a spinner at same times. Sam rolls a 20-sided die. Are these two events dependent or independent? They are independent. Got it? Because he keeps spinning and their outcomes did not affect each other. Got it? That means they are independent. A customer purchases a lottery ticket that requires him to select six numbers. A few minutes later, another customer purchases a ticket also choosing six numbers. Are these two events dependent or independent? They are independent. Got it? Because for the first time, the lottery ticket requires to select six numbers, and the second time again he is selecting from the six tickets. So that means the events are independent. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson is probability of dependent and independent events. You pick a card at random, put it back, and then pick another card at random. What is the probability of purple blue? Simplify your answer and write it as a fraction or whole number. So the events are purple and blue. They are independent. Got it? Also, you put the card back so the events are independent. So you have to select the probability for blue, purple, and the probability for blue. The probability for purple is 2 over 4 because you have two purple cards. And the probability of green is 1 over 4 because you have just one green card. Got it? It would be 2 over 4 and 1 over 4. So we have to calculate the probability for purple and green. So to calculate the probability for purple and green, you just have to multiply them. Got it? So it would be 1 over 4 times 2 over 16. Got it? That would be 1 over 8. Got it? So the probability of purple and blue is 1 over 8. Got it? Okay, let's see how to calculate the probability of dependent events. Let's see test questions. Okay, you pick a marble at random without putting the first back. You pick a second marble at random. They are the dependent variables. Got it? Because first you selected the marbles from 8 of the marbles, but second for the second time you have 7 marbles. Got it? They are the dependent variable. You have to calculate the probability of orange and orange. You have to calculate the probability of getting orange and orange. So for the first time, the probability is probability of orange is you have two orange, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the first time, it is over 8. Got it? Because you have two of the marbles are orange and 8 of the marbles are blue. Got it? Now for the second time, you have to calculate the probability of orange. They are the dependent variables. Wait, let me. Okay. So first time it is 2 by 8. Now for the second time, okay. Now for the second time you select, for the second time you already selected an orange marble. Got it? Now your list is the now outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the probability for second time is 1. 1. You can select just one orange out of the 7 one. You have to calculate now probability of orange and orange. So it would be 2 by 8 times 1 over 7. 2 times 1 is 2 and 8 times 7 is 56. Divide both numerator by 2, it would be 1 over 28. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the correct option is 1 over 24. Got it? Okay, the next one is you roll a six-sided die 2 times. What is the probability of 3 and 6? Simplify your answer and write it fraction or whole. So probability of 3 and 6. Probability of 3 is 1 over 6. Got it? The two outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have one of the option. So probability of 3 is 1 over 6. The probability of 6 is you have just 1 times 6, so it is 1 over 6. You have to calculate probability of 3 and 6. It would be 1 by 6 times 1 by 6. Got it? 1 times 1 is 1 and 6 times 6 is 36. So that means the probability of 3 and 6 is 1 over 36. Got it? It is 1 over 36. Got it? They are the independent events and it is 1 over 36. Okay, the next one is you spin the spinner twice. What is the probability of yellow and green? Okay, they are the independent events. Got it? So the probability of yellow is how many yellow we have? 3. Probability of yellow is 3 over 6 and the probability of green is 2 over 6. Got it? So you have to calculate the probability of yellow and green. You have to just multiply them 3 by 6 times 2 by 6. Got it? 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 by 6 is 36. You can divide both numerator and denominator by 6, so it would be 1 over 6. Got it? That means the probability of getting yellow and green is 1 over 6. Got it? Mm, 1 over 6 it is. You pick a card random. Without putting the first card back, you pick the second card. Probability of orange and orange. They are the dependent events. Got it? Because you haven't put the card back. So let's just calculate the probability of orange for the first time. How many cards we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7 of the cards are orange. It would be 7 over 12 time. Got it? But for the second time, you already selected one orange. Got it? So you are now 6 over 11. You already selected one of the orange. Let's suppose this one is you selected in the first one. Now you are just left with 11 cards. And out of the 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are orange. So the probability for second time is 6 over 11. Got it? You have to calculate the probability of orange and orange. It would be 6 over 11 times 7 over 12. 6 times 1 is 6 and 6 times 2 is 12. It would be 7 over 11 times 2 is 22. It would be 7 over 22. So just select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, you flip a coin twice. The probability of getting tail and tail, they both are independent variable. Got it? The probability of tail is 1 by 2 and again the probability of tail is 1 over 2. Got it? So probability of getting tail is 1 over 2. Probability of getting tail is 1 over 2. Got it? So the probability of tails and tails is 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. It would be 1 over 4. Got it? So the correct option is 1 over 4. Okay, the next one is you put a call, you put a marble at random, put it back, and then pick another marble at random. What is the probability of blue and blue? That is the independent variable. Got it? For the first time, the probability of blue is 2 over 6. You put the marble back. Again, you have the 6 variables, 6 marbles. So probability of getting blue is 2 over 6. So probability of blue and blue is 2 by 6 times 2 by 6. It would be 4 over 36 and 4 times 1 is 4 and that means the probability is 1 over 9. Got it? So the probability is 1 over 9. Okay, you can complete your test. You can complete the test by yourself later today. So we're working on grade 6 maths. Chapter we're working on is probability and the lessons we have covered today are probability of opposite mutual exclusive and overlapping events, compound events, find the number of outcomes by counting, identify independent and independent events, and the one we just completed is probability of dependent and independence. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.